विदधाति पूर्वम् यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादीनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। ॐ There are two kinds of thought patterns. One is a pattern which creates more suffering, and another is a pattern which resolves the suffering or lightens the suffering. There are two streams, and we always have a choice of choosing the thought pattern which will resolve the suffering, which can make it lighter. What may come naturally in the beginning is a thought pattern which is born from suffering and also multiplies the suffering. Sage Patanjali calls these two patterns in these ways. He calls them as Klishta Vritti and Aklishta Vritti. Klishta Vritti meaning Klishta, generally colloquially we understand, or in the common parlance we understand Klishta. Klishta means something that is difficult. Something which is entangled. Klishta. But technically the word klishta means klesha yukta, that which is infused with klesha. And he also gives definition of klesha. Klesha meaning avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. These five are called as the kleshas. Though the word klesha in the dictionary would mean affliction, but he says these five are the kleshas. So now, what is the aklishta vritti? Aklishta vritti means that by which abhinivesha, dvesha, rag, asmita, and avidya, they can be reduced to their intensity can be reduced just by our choice of thinking pattern. How one chooses to look at a situation, how one chooses to look at the problem is a choice. Oh no, that is not natural. And hey, if it was just going to come simply like that, why would it be even categorized as sadhana, with something to be done with an effort? So there is effort involved in creating the aklishta vritti. Please understand, yoga abhyasa done, the practice of meditation done by keeping the aklishta vritti, the klishta vritti is going to spoil the whole meditation, dhyana or even by good fortune, you may be able to focus and stay alert. Yet, such meditations will only strengthen the ego, klesha only. Therefore, we are not going to categorize that as yoga. Okay. So somebody gets into the mode of meditation or something with a lot of anger, jealousy. No, that is not, it will not either allow you to stay absorbed, become absorbed, or even if you become, it will bring you out only with more ego and more anger. So like this asuras like Hiranyakashipu, etc., who had done the tapa, they had done this penance, tapascharya kiya tha. So much so that this Hiranyakashipu stood only on one leg with his hands raised on the head for years together, did not move from that spot. Eventually, the termites had built an anthill on him, because these termites, they require some stump of a tree or something on which they will build the anthill. They had built an anthill on him and they had eaten into his flesh. This is how Hiranyakashipu's tapascharya was. So people can do something like a meditation even by keeping their angry personalities, but that is not going to be the fruit of meditation. The shanti, the peace which should come through the practice of meditation, wherein all the chitta vrittis are resolved, is our goal. And therefore, in the very beginning, to have the aklishta vritti is very, very important. So when you're looking at any problem or anything, something which creates more anger, more pride in the sense that ego, arrogance, or anything like that, choose to look at those things from a different perspective, wherein these problems can be resolved. Therefore, there are these two patterns, klishta and aklishta. The aklishta pattern, vritti, is klishta or aklishta. So the aklishta pattern is what the sadhaka chooses to be with. A lot of time, you will see that this various saints and, spiritual teachers very often have given solutions to the people around them just by changing the perspective. I will give you an example. This is something that had happened in the pre-independent India. So the society was a little different than ours. The norms and things were a little different in the Hindu society. So there was the love marriages and boys and girls choosing their partners to marry to was a distant thing. So marriages were always arranged marriage as a rule of the thumb, were always arranged marriages. And so the girl would be seen, the boy would be seen from the bride's family and things like that. And generally it was the parents of the groom and the bride that would decide, whether they agree on their terms and they like the girl and boy and they would marry. So there was this one girl, and she was of the age to get married, but she was very ordinary looking. Okay. And so several people had rejected her. And that had made this girl, feel extremely bad, and she was sad about it. And she happened to be this great spiritual teacher's, one of the disciples. And again, several times, 20, 30 times, she was rejected by people. I mean, by that time, the girl would feel so depressed and so would want to even commit suicide that, am I that bad that 20, 30 people have to reject me? And so on and so forth. But then she came to this teacher and she said, look, Maharaj, again, somebody has rejected me. This is how my fate is. Aisa mera naseeb hai. And Maharaj said, not to say like that. Hey, tell him that you are not fortunate enough, that boy is not fortunate enough to have me, and that's why he doesn't want to marry me. It is not that I am unfortunate. You say that he is unfortunate not to marry you. Now you see, this has resolved. So she came with that sadness of being an unfortunate person. But when she leaves after those 2 minutes, the perspective has changed and the vritti has become aklishta, and she does not carry that blame on herself, say, I am unfortunate. You see, that stigma of being unfortunate. No, I am not unfortunate. He is unfortunate. If he was to marry me, fortune would have followed him. He doesn't want to. Now what to do? He's just looking at, my color and shape and, all these things. Any which ways, these are the things which are going to deteriorate. Even if he marries a very beautiful girl, eventually wrinkles are going to come, there is going to be hair loss, and the hair will turn gray, and so the shape will be lost, and things like that. What? In another 5 years, he will find that, the woman that he married is not the same one whom he had chosen to marry. Any which ways, but if he would have married me, fortune would have followed him all the life. So now you see, this is how the aklishta vritti becomes dissolution. So to have the aklishta vritti is extremely important. Once when our thinking pattern is changed, everything is sitting lightly on the shoulders, then you come to the seat of meditation. So from klishta to aklishta, then on the seat of meditation. Okay. And now on the seat of meditation, as I have said before, the first thing that you say is that I want nothing from the world as long as I am on the seat of meditation. No expectations from anything or anyone. Nothing. So this is how I am going to be. As long as I am sitting on this for my sadhana, the world holds no value to me. Not even this thought that after this meditation, I will see what to do. If this meditation takes me to next 100 years of just sitting over here, that is it. But as long as I'm sitting over here, nothing, there is no expectation from this world, from the people, from anything. I want nothing. The moment you do this, you say this resolve becomes stronger. You have entered into the psychology of a sannyasi. You have got the psychology of a sannyasi. Befikir. No anxiety, no worry. No projects. Shanti hai. Then after your sitting position, and when you have sat comfortably in Siddhasana or Ardha Siddhasana, that is better. Now, all the worries, all the complaints, everything has fallen off, like the leaves fall from the tree in the autumn season. Patishada just simply whirls down. There is no resistance. There is no anticipation. There is no haste. There is no lethargy. nor is this opportunity to be on the seat of meditation is a punishment, a drudgery, nor is it something that is an excitement like wanting to watch a film and you're sitting in the seat and waiting for the film to begin. Not even that excitement, not even the drudgery, just alertness, and the joy of sitting. In the heart itself, bow down to the teacher. Bhagavan Shiva is the teacher of the three worlds. And he alone appears and speaks as the teacher to us in various forms. Offering your salutations to the teacher, seeking his blessings. Now, with eyes lightly closed, if you are feeling sleepy, and if your attention is wavering, do this exercise of trying to hold the tongue mid-air, not touching the palate on the top, nor on the in the lower jaw. Just mid-air. This is done if the attention is lost or if you're feeling weak and sleepy. Only then. Scan the body from the toes to the head, crown of the head. Very slowly, in a relaxed manner. Become aware of the tension that is stored in various joints of the body, or even in the skin, in the muscles. Release it. One will be so surprised even to find that even in the skin, under the hair, where the roots of the hair on the head is, there also there is so much of tension stored. Release it. As much as this tension, etc., is released, to that extent, the awareness becomes free from the shape of the body. I am. but without any name, form, concept, just pure awareness. I am. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all. Thank you very much.